Hey everybody, it's Harland, and wow, welcome to the podcast. Before we get rolling, I just want to remind you of some of my stand-up comedy dates coming up. Check me out in Dallas. I'm coming up in Houston, Lafayette, Louisiana, and just outside of Reno, Nevada. So look at my schedule at harlandwilliams.com. See if I'm coming to a city or town near you. And let's have some fun. And thanks again for listening to the podcast. Be sure to leave some comments. Be sure to subscribe to the show. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. And tell your friends about the Harland Highway. And without any more freshly baked cookie dough, let's rock and roll down the Harland Highway.
You're riding down the Harland Highway.
All right, hold tight on the Harland Highway Show.
Harland Williams.
You know when we're recording is when I hit this theme music. Yeah, there he is.
So this is it.
This is it. You're here, buddy.
But I felt I was here even before the music.
Yeah.
I think that could have been some of our best stuff. It was.
So you're saying the stuff before the camera was rolling was probably better than anything we're going to do now?
Well, I think it could be equal. But I also feel that those moments were nice because I was a little just getting a feel for the room.
Yeah.
That awkwardness in life is sometimes where the magic is.
Because it's so real.
It's just, it's just getting comfy is important.
I say we take as long as we need just to get comfy.
Well, I'm comfy now. I think this is as comfy as I will get.
What if I offered you like a couple hours at a Red Roof Inn to have a nap or something first?
I mean, if you want to go up to Napa, then it takes.
No.
It takes. Did you say Napa?
No, I said have a nap. I didn't say Napa. That's wine country.
Okay,
I'm not paying for that. I'll pay for like a $32 a night room at Red Roof Inn. But if you think I'm taking you, paying for you to go up to Napa and sip wine and live up the life, you can go suck a raw eggplant.
I'm going to have to see that. I didn't realize the screen is on me. But
Yeah,
that's good lighting.
Yeah.
If you were aware of my ADD, you would have made sure that was hidden. But that's okay.
Oh, really? You're into math?
The screen, I can add it up.
Yeah, I didn't know you were into ADD.
I was hoping you'd subtract the screen up there.
No.
Okay, I'll stay on you.
Yeah, guy.
Okay,
I'm right
we're
here.
getting there.
Zone in. How are you? Oh, by the way, welcome to the Harland Highway podcast, guy. Kirk Fox is here.
I'm Kirk Fox. Thank you. Nice to see you. I will stay on that camera.
You can stay. You can look around anywhere. A comedian, actor, writer.
Just a man.
Just a human. We don't need titles here.
I'm just a man trying to make it through the 90s.
Oh, the 90s. What? I can't believe we're in the middle of the 90s.
I know.
Andre Agassi just shaved his hair. Finally got rid of that hair.
Pete Sampras was strong.
Yeah.
He would sleep a lot. 12, 13 hours a night he would need.
Is that right?
That's what I heard.
That's what koalas, I think koalas sleep most of the...
Sampras, that's his favorite pet.
Is that right?
He liked the koala. It was his style of play.
Oh, wow.
Koalas, you serve them volley.
Yeah, and they got that koala grip on the racket.
At least 3 prongs, right?
Yeah, and that claw thumb. I mean, you get the koala grip. That's what Federer
Can I ask
has.
you something as a friend?
Sure, guy, yeah.
How do they have fingers or claws, and how many? Do you know what a koala is packing?
Yeah, they got three fingers.
Okay.
And then the opposable thumb, claw.
So did they lose the pinky?
No, they were born. They're called marsupials.
Okay.
And they're bipedal, and they.
So bipedal, they like boys and girls.
Yeah, they're orthodox, dementioid.
Super.
See,
these are things I don't
sauce.
know.
Yeah.
Like from Thunderdome.
Yeah.
It's a little city in Australia. But
Yeah.
this is good. So if I ask you a question, I can get an answer.
Oh yeah, guy, I'm here for. I'm the host.
Okay, so I
I'm the
let
host.
in with Sampras koala.
Koala,
tennis,
yeah.
And you told me that it's tough to hold a racket with just 3.
Yeah, I really want to see. Like, I'd like to see Serena Williams or Federer actually play a koala.
Well, you might see that with Federer now. He's retired, and I believe Serena is done.
But I want to see them at Wimbledon. I want to see Federer, Koala, Federer, quiet please, Federer, Koala.
Don't feed the koala.
What?
You don't feed the koala.
Maybe you don't, bro. I'll stuff a fucking
like
loaf
it.
of white bread down
like
its
it,
little
Harland.
face.
No one's going to say that this was easy to follow.
You know what I liked about tennis? And you played a lot of tennis, but here's what I loved about tennis: that it's the only sport where the judge shushes you. Like, you know, people are yelling, "Just quiet, please, quiet, please, quiet,
I
please."
think golf also they will silence her.
They do.
They let you know that someone.
What do they say at golf? Because at tennis, it's quiet, please.
I think they might say, "Shh, someone's putting."
Oh wow, that's even worse. I wish, you know, you're a parent, and I wish
Am I?
Well, you're.
I mean, we haven't spoken in a while.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
as I was driving up here,
Yeah.
I really thought about how great it would be if I could stay up here.
Oh yeah, at the studio, sure,
just
guy.
anywhere.
We'll put a pillow out here, and you're in.
It seems to be about the right length. But
Well, nothing's the right length for you.
When you asked me if I wanted to come up and do podcast, correct?
Yeah, this is a podcast.
See,
Podcast.
Well, it's
And
kind of
that's-
faded, but
that's
I
me.
see a highway.
Harland is me, and Highway is that's the basis for the different backdrops because we're on
like
the
it.
highway. We're chatting, and this is the podcast.
But when you asked,
Yeah.
I usually don't like to do these.
Really?
It's too much talking.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
but now I'm trying to get out of my house more because of the wife and child.
The child.
So when you said, "Do you want to come?" I said yes. I didn't even really know what we were going to do. I still don't know.
I don't have a clue.
Is this what people do on a podcast?
I don't even know what we're doing.
They just talk.
I wish I knew what was happening right now.
Well, it was fun. It was fun to drive here. We are neighbors.
Yeah.
Driving up the hill, I saw a lot of furniture scattered.
Oh God, yeah.
And I couldn't help but just imagine how much DNA and evidence was possibly in the couches and chairs.
Did you stop and pull over and just get out and sniff a couch?
No, I
like
did-
just
I
put
didn't.
your face right
I
in.
slowed down and I did yell at some furniture to get a room. I thought
Oh, that's yeah.
that felt to me like the right thing.
That's politically correct.
Get a room.
Get a room.
Because
Yeah.
there was a couch
And a chair.
on top of a mattress, and I don't want to see that.
Yeah, get a bedroom, I
Yeah,
think.
just get a room. Make it a room.
Yeah.
Anywhere they go, that'll become sort of a room.
That's actually the perfect saying that fits
I
there.
thought it was. I hope I didn't peek.
No, I mean
On my way here.
No, that saying is, you know, you typically would think that saying was meant for humans, but
think
no one's ever applied it to furniture, and you just did, and that's exactly the right fit. And I think that's why you're the right fit for the Harland Highway podcast.
I'm just happy to be here. I'm just
I'm happy to be
be
here.
anywhere.
And I
yes,
have a-
you said I was a family man. I guess.
Well, I have a parenting tip for you because going back, I know it's not easy having a kid, and they're energetic and they're running around, they're screaming. So what I'm saying
I have
is
nothing in common with my 4-year-old.
right. But what I'm offering
once
to
she
you.
stopped breastfeeding, we had nothing to talk about.
you were doing the breastfeeding.
Yes,
Oh, guy.
I would find the tit.
Whoops.
Oh,
Party foul, guy.
so am I not allowed to curse? Boob is better?
No, you can curse. It wasn't. I'm not saying the curse was a party foul. The wife's supposed to let the suckling happen.
No, I find a tit anywhere. This wasn't just the wife.
Oh, it wasn't your tit.
No.
Oh, I thought the child
Stranger, no.
wine was doing a suckling on
No.
Daddy Dinglebumps.
No dingle bums. I just said, if a child needs a tit, I'm going to find it.
Oh, so
if
you go. Where do you go to the mall? The
You
food
just
court?
ask
Like who?
anyone with a tit.
So who? Can you give me an example of a tit donor?
A woman
Okay, but
with a tit.
what ethnicity? Where? What
Oh,
mall?
it's
In
never-
the park?
it's
On the
never-
street?
it's
Baskin Robbins?
It's never about the flavor of the tit. So when you bring in ethnicity,
Yeah.
it's just a tit.
A tit is a tit is a tit, which
That's
is
how-
another saying you should say to mice. As you said, get a room to the furniture. a tit is a tit is a tit
To the
should
mice.
be applied to mice because there's a species of mouse called the titmouse.
There is.
There is.
You are an educator. I'd heard of titmice, but
Yeah.
I didn't know it was
Did your kid ever suck a titmouse?
possibly. And I only say that because we have mice in the house.
Yeah, probably titmice. Do they have
And-
nipples on their heads?
Not by choice.
Okay, well, that's how you tell
But
if it's a titmouse.
There's been a few times where the child has screamed
Yeah.
in the middle of the night. And
Making owl noises.
no, she said there was a rat on her. And when I opened the door, a rat did leave her room.
Titmouse.
But I said that's impossible. I let her know that it wasn't possible.
They exist.
But we do have rats in our house. It's an old house.
You should if you've got rodents in the house, you should warn your wife about the clit rat because those will jump on you in your sleep.
Well, I don't think that's something she should be against.
Well,
If I'm not finding it,
they won't.
leave it to a rodent.
Yeah, if you can't find it,
But
not
I've
even a
never
clit
looked.
rat could.
I've never looked.
Oh, well,
I'm not here to bring joy to my wife.
yeah.
That's something she should do on her own.
She should send away to DeVry or go online or something.
I don't go online. I don't have the internet.
Oh, you don't? What do you do? Conch
I just
shell
live
or
in the I just live in the past. I'm a bit of a Luddite.
the 90s? Early
The
90s.
Early 90s.
You did say it was the 90s when we started,
Well-
and that's pre-internet, really. The early 90s.
So that's where I'm at.
That's where you are. Wow.
I just don't
Koala
want to be.
tennis.
I just don't want to be found.
Yeah, and what better way to not be found than to be on a
Steph,
podcast with 3 running cameras? I mean,
that's all right. I'm
Great.
just working on that one.
oh, okay. Well, there are 2 others. Just I hope you
Those
don't
are for-
mind.
those are for you.
But anyways, I was going to say with your out-of-control tit-sucking kid, if you ever can't find the energy for the kid, I would, out of the goodness of my heart, rent for you a tennis coach. So have him in the house, and every time the kid acted up, just quiet, please. Quiet, please. And the kid's yelling, quiet, please.
So then
the
there-
kid won't sleep.
now
He
there's
comes up
some-
from under the bed, quiet, please.
So now there's someone else in the house.
Well, there is, but you're paying for him. He's
Yeah.
a judge.
I just, I'm trying to not have money, so I don't know how I would pay.
Well, I did offer to pay for the judge, so
But
you
he'd
don't
still
need
be in
me.
the house. He'd still be in
Yeah.
the house. I like it quiet. I just have some bricks. I have a kind of an office downstairs I stay in.
But this guy, what I'm telling you, these guys are trained to deal with children, so he could be under the bed where you won't see him. The kid's crying in the
But he
bed.
seems
He
loud.
sticks his head up, quiet, please.
See, but even that, the way you're showing me how,
Well, I'm not professional. I'm not a
but would
real
he be
line
that
judge.
loud?
I believe it would. I mean, you've seen tennis.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay.
Now, if he could maybe say, "Excuse me, quiet.
Oh, so a golf guy. Shh.
Your daddy's in the other room."
Hey, kid, shh, shut the fuck up. Or so, is that, how do they
Kid-
say it?
Well, kid, shut up. There's a rat on you.
Oh, clit rat.
Yes.
No, I think you mean a titmouse.
Doesn't matter. It's clit. It's so close.
Have you ever seen a cock muskrat when you're out canoeing or anything like that?
No, but I've looked for one.
Okay. And
I
how
did
do you
see-
do
I
that?
did
Do you
see
bait it?
I did see a cock once while canoeing, but it wasn't on a muskrat. It was just someone I was with.
You canoe naked with guys?
No, I wasn't naked.
But the guy
But
was.
Suddenly he was.
The guy you were canoeing with.
So it was kind of, I've been watching Dahmer, so that
Oh.
shit's in play.
Well, the good thing about that is if you're canoeing and you get lost, you got food. I mean, if you're watching Dahmer, your canoe buddy is also like lunch. Speaking of, before we go any
Can
further,
I tell you one thing about canoe, and then we'll get to
okay, because we're talking about
So-
food, but let's go back to it
So
because I
this
think
is for real, and it'll tie into canoe.
okay,
There's just some hair on me.
yeah, it's all over your head and your face.
So I've actually researched, because when I die, why are you looking at that? Are you
Well,
not
I
in
thought I saw a
focus?
fly.
Now, would a fly bother you?
No, but I think it might be an anus fly.
That's all right. I'll let you know in a minute
Okay.
if it gets down low. But the way I want to die,
Yeah.
well, not so much the way I want to die, but how I want to be disposed of.
Okay.
I've been looking into Viking funerals
Oh, like a funeral pyre.
where,
Nice.
and there is a permit for it, and I've made the call with the city.
Wow.
So, because
Nice.
once you die, if it becomes a religious thing,
Right.
so I would like to be put in a little canoe.
Yeah. With twigs.
And I want to be wrapped in newspaper.
Okay.
And I thought maybe the sports section low, because I'm athletic from the waist down.
Yeah,
But
of course.
maybe the comics up top.
Okay.
I want to be wrapped in paper.
Right, like fish and chips.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they send you out in the canoe, and 3 or 4 friends that I have them doing some archery. I'm paying for archery.
Flaming arrows.
But I haven't told them that it's going to be flaming. I just told them something's coming up that I think will be fun, and I want to pay for some archery classes.
Okay.
And so they're doing it. But when the time comes, when I'm dead, they will see it in my will that a Viking funeral. They're going to shoot.
Wow.
They're going to shoot flaming arrows just off the coast of La Jolla, down in La Jolla shores.
Oh, wow. You know that's seal country, right? Did you just eat the fly?
I ate the hair.
Oh, I don't
But
hear the
that's-
fly
but that's-
anymore, so I
but
thought
that's
maybe you ate the anus
That's
fly.
the Viking funeral.
Did you just eat the anus fly?
It tasted possibly,
Like shit?
yeah.
Okay, that was an anus fly.
So it could have
They're
been a
small.
horse fly.
That was their anus because you didn't really feel it going, but when you were talking about being burned alive, I think an anus fly flew in your
That's
mouth.
how I want to be disposed of, a real Viking funeral.
Okay.
But there is one drawback.
What's that?
Well, sometimes I do canoe
Yeah.
at night. I'm getting
A
back
night
to,
canoeer. Yeah.
and I fall asleep sometimes and meditate on a
Oh,
lake.
wow. Wow.
And I'm afraid my friends, when they see me out in the canoe asleep,
Yeah.
they will think that they've missed the memorial
Yeah.
and just start shooting flaming arrows at me while I'm sleeping
Yeah.
in the canoe. And then I will die and be buried at the same time. So that'll probably be a Viking death and funeral, to be shot to death while you're alive with arrows. That's very Viking.
Is it really Viking though when your canoe is filled with like, char glow, like barbecue briquettes?
I'm not
Like-
steaming it.
Oh,
I'm just
okay. Because
I'm wrapped in paper and twigs.
Okay, because when I die, I'm
not
going to
a
do a
barbecue.
bamboo walk. I want to be steamed.
So you want to be a Chinese?
Chinese funeral. I want to be bamboo walk steamed because
If we die at the same time
it's going to be delicious.
and we do a Viking
Bamboo steamer.
and a Viking Chinese funeral,
Wow.
I think
mean-
we're on to something.
I think we got to figure out how to die together.
Well, it might. It could happen right now.
It could happen.
Could be a
right now.
gas leak we don't know about. Vitas Gerulaitis died in a gas leak.
Anus what?
Vitas Gerulaitis.
No,
Remember
thanks.
this
I'm
tennis
busy.
player?
The what?
Tennis
So
player.
you're bringing it back to? So is he a koala?
Well, he'd won the Australian Open once,
He was a koala.
but he died from a gas leak out in his guest house.
Really?
Yeah, fell asleep, didn't wake up. So it could happen to us.
Wait, if he had a house, why was he in his guest house?
He liked to sleep out there.
Did the gas ignite? Because that would have been a koala funeral.
Nice. See,
Right?
it all ties in, man.
Well, can we go back to food for a second?
We
because
can go anywhere you want.
Well, I want to welcome you
I think-
here.
Is our time almost up?
No, we're just getting started, but I want to welcome
How
you
long
here.
Are these?
This one's going to be an hour, so you've got. We've only done 15 minutes, so you better.
Pace myself. Go ahead.
I baked you a pie, just as a welcoming gift, a raspberry pie. I've been slaving in the kitchen, and
Okay.
just that's for you to take home, and
I will take it home.
Yeah, well, you better. I've been baking all day.
Okay, and I will say thank you for that. Now you're looking there again.
Well, it's
Is there
it's a comedy vehicle I use. It's called the look away into the camera.
It's called the drift.
No, it's like every time I kind of pull some kind of a gag, I do one of these.
Okay.
It's like
So now I know.
Yeah, you can do them too.
I'm gonna do
Do you
it
want to
also.
do a few?
I just did.
Well, like here's if you said, I saw some furniture. I told them to get a room
Nice.
and then drift back.
Okay, I like this.
But anyways, I hope you like raspberry. I grew them myself out.
Let me just try one.
Okay.
So I've been watching this Dahmer show,
Okay.
and he's very consistent.
Okay.
It appeared that he was on brand his whole life. I like that.
Well,
Now, do you believe he was on brand?
well, there was one issue. If I could just, because I
Back to the
do
pie?
this. No, I do this all the time,
Professionally?
like professionally. And what helps is if there's like a punchline or a joke. Like
Well-
you don't do the look away just on a sentence. Like I went to the store today and bought some fresh groceries. You need a punchline, guy.
I thought brand was pretty strong.
Well, wait.
It's very subliminal. But he
Maybe
was
explain it to me then, because did I miss the punchline? Because I'm embarrassed now.
listen, he was consistent. He was a little weird out of the gate. Always liked cutting things up and
Wait, he
eating
lived in a
blood.
gated community? I thought he lived like on a street.
Dahmer?
Yeah, out of the gate.
I'm gonna have to check. I went to yours.
You went to mine.
It's too
See what
far.
I did there? You said out of the gate, and then I went.
know, I get
you
it.
Got, but see, I see what I mean. I'm a I did
So
the
I'll
look,
I'll
and you
work on that.
work on
I
it. Work
just-
on.
I just
Would you like
thought-
to sniff your pie and maybe clear your brain? Do you like raspberries at
Yeah.
all, or have a nice
It's
deep?
cold,
Well, I wanted. Didn't
so
want
now I'm a little worried. It doesn't feel.
Well-
It doesn't feel fresh.
What are you doing? You don't touch food like that.
I do.
You don't put your whole palm over a pie.
Whoa,
it's
this
not
sm-
it's not
this-
a boy's forehead at a.
This
at a-
smells.
at a-
This
at a-
smells good.
Yeah. Oh, you have scent glands in your hand.
Oh, that's nice. So I'll eat that
You
tonight.
should eat that tonight.
But it's freezing.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to keep it fresh, and I have. Sometimes I use my fridge as an oven.
Have you given these to others?
You're the first.
And then I just eat this tonight?
You eat it tonight. It's raspberry pie. You can heat it up, and I've been
Do I
slaving.
cut it at some
You
point?
cut it. I've been slaving,
Ice
and
cream goes with it?
you can have it a la mode. Do you speak French at all? Do you know what a la
Je
mode
suis
means?
content.
Oh, c'est bon.
I'm just a duck. That's all I know.
Aflac.
That's fine also. I did a play.
See, guy, if you're gonna keep missing
be
it,
a tough-
I might bring the pie back. I might have to take the pie
This
back.
will be a tough one to edit, this podcast.
There's no editing.
That's now we're talking.
Guy, I just
So
told
listen,
you I'm a professional.
I don't mean to say listen, but this feels good.
Well, I
I'm
don't
going
know
to
if
eat
you
it
want to
tonight.
hit it around. Pies are delicate like a child, and you're like smacking it in the head like a basketball. I mean, that's a raspberry pie. I slaved over it. I made
know
it just
you
for
keep
you.
saying that. I
Well, don't
will
like
eat
the way
it.
you're hitting it around.
I will eat the pie tonight. And can I just say thank you for the pie?
You're welcome, friend.
Super.
Are you good at math?
I'm not number oriented.
Okay.
My wife, I believe, is in the CP game,
Okay.
but I don't even.
Well, then she'll
I-
really appreciate the pie.
because of 3.14.
Hold on, I'm doing my look.
I like that.
'Cause she's a mathematician, and I said pie.
No, I know.
If you
I
could
see
not
it all.
interrupt, if you I'm in the middle of my comedy look away. And back. Okay, so, bro, what's going on in the world? Like, is it getting can you break it down to me why everyone's so angry, why everything's so crazy? What's happening to people, guy?
Well, I
Did you
think
find it to be that way?
I think the world has tipped. I think
Okay.
most people are frightened. They're losing all of their money, and food is hard to find. I think the apocalypse is coming, and
Whoa,
and
talk
I'm
to
looking
me.
and I'm looking forward to it.
You are.
I think
I sort of always have too.
I'm built for the apocalypse.
Talk to me, guy. Talk to me.
just,
You got a pie. You're ready to go. Why do you think you're built for the apocalypse? I like this.
I'm a minimalist.
Yeah.
I don't require a lot of water. I'm basically a succulent.
What?
these are all things that come into play.
Wait, you're part succulent.
I am part. I don't need water. I'm very quiet.
Okay.
So I'm not going to give away our location.
Okay.
I don't like looting. I'm not going to be doing any looting or pillaging. I'm just built for, and I'm tall.
Yeah.
I can pick fruit and hand it out to the short people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want the body surf naked. That's kind of something I think about a lot. I love the ocean. I love salt water when it dries on my testes.
Oh, really? You get that kind of, almost like a pie crust.
It kind of bubbles. So I do like that.
Yeah.
I like to make IPA. I want to make beer.
Okay, your own
I like
beer.
to teach tennis to supermodels for hand jobs.
Wait,
There's no cash after the apocalypse.
are there supermodels?
Yes.
Come on.
If you are a supermodel before the apocalypse, you're going to be after. If you have soft hands after the apocalypse,
Yeah.
you're going to get free tennis lessons. Hand jobs are the future.
Whoa, guy.
That's currency.
Whoa.
So yes, I have thought a lot about the apocalypse, and I could probably lead the resistance if we're resisting something I'm against.
What if are you worried about zombies or anything, no?
I'm not really worried about anything. I feel if the apocalypse hits,
Yeah.
I'm no longer married. I'm no longer a father.
Yeah.
I'm just free. It's kind of the only way out I see,
Yeah.
because I married for land. I don't really.
You did?
I don't have any money. Or she feeds me and the kids there.
How many acres did you get in the marriage?
I think there's one up there.
1 acre. And that's worth a lifetime of a vow till death do us part
Which is vague
for an acre.
and very dramatic. The real question about that is it murder if you don't try and save them?
Oh.
Because because of Till Death Do You Part, every
Yeah.
movie, every tsunami,
Yeah.
guys are dying
Yeah.
trying to save their wives.
Yeah. But is it
But I'm not saving. Why would I save them? That's the gray area.
Yeah, that's true. So neglect can't be classified as a murder.
No. And my wife can't swim.
Got it. How's the new pool, by the way?
Well, I'm building it, but she can't swim. She tells me I can make it from A to B, just not in open water.
Say what now?
She says she can swim from A to B, but just not in open water. Which, if you're in a tsunami, it's all open water,
Yeah.
and there is no B.
Yeah.
So it's adios.
Weird.
But I do have a recurring dream, and
Oh, good.
You
Finally.
triggered me on this.
Okay, what
because
is it?
She also can't ride a bike.
Your wife.
Yes.
Okay.
So this recurring dream is we find her body at the bottom of a pool
Right.
on a bike,
Okay.
and I know it's a dream
Yeah.
because I don't have a pool.
But you're building one.
That's because of this dream.
Do you have a bike?
That's easy to get. It's a Peloton.
Okay.
So it's next to the pool
Wow.
that I'm building. So I think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Clearly, I just want to kill my wife,
Yeah.
but that's part of life.
Yeah, that's part of life. Not her life, but it's part
Doesn't
of
matter.
life.
I love the acre, and I have
Oh,
a tree I
dude.
pee on.
It's to mark.
I have a pea tree. I pee 3 times a day on a tree in my backyard.
I thought you meant you had the dish set. I've been spotting lately, and
And spotting what? What are you looking for? And what do you see?
no. What happened is I got on the birth control pills,
Okay.
and I was tired of the whole condom thing.
Okay.
Because last time I went, I bought my condoms at what's that place, Partyland or whatever,
Yeah.
where they sell all the party.
Yeah.
And I picked up those long, like, clown animal balloons.
Those are great.
Well, yeah, but if you use them as a condom by mistake, it's like every time you thrust, like I would go in, and when I come out, there'd be like a poodle on the end of my thing. Or I go in,
Which is good.
a giraffe.
So
I go in, a
that's good.
hummingbird.
So it's like it's ribbed, and you're saving money.
Yeah, but the animal parade and the squeaking and the twisting.
Here's something I did, if I can add to your condom adventure.
Sure.
I tried to get a patent on a condom that I'm not going to say I invented it once.
Yeah.
But I took a condom and I cut the tip off.
Okay.
So I get some of the protection, but I don't lose total feel.
Got it.
Because sometimes when it's raining out, you don't always put the hoodie up.
That's true.
You want to feel it. So I called it the Headless Horseman
Okay.
by Trojan.
Right.
And I tried to get a patent on it, but they wouldn't. But the idea of a condom where the head of your penis is still in play,
that's smart.
That's where the money is.
A lot more feeling, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that never took off. You couldn't get a patent.
But I tried. I made some calls. But just like your condom with the dog ears.
Yeah. The party balloon.
You get party condom.
I didn't want that. I just wanted to have regular old intercourse. But when you put on those long, the ones the clowns use.
Did they not like it?
Well, it was a bit startling. You're in the throes of lovemaking. You pull, you go in and out. I don't know if you've ever done it, but intercourse works like this. And every time it came out, there was a different animal. So go in as a poodle, come out as a rhinoceros. That
brings joy to me.
It does?
Like inside I feel like,
I don't know, guy.
I feel like there's laughter. That I feel happy to hear that story. Because I could see you in bed with the woman. Yeah. And she says, "Do you have a condom?"
Right, which I did.
And you pull out the balloon.
I stretch it, yeah.
Well, before you even stretch it, it's still pretty long.
Yeah.
And it's kind of skinny.
Right.
So that would confuse her. She would think something's coming that could be painful.
Well, that's not my problem. Yeah. I'm being the
never
gentleman,
our problem.
And I'm doing the right thing and wearing protection.
And I tell them you can't say just the tip anymore.
Really?
Well, first of all,
wait, explain.
It's the largest part of the penis.
What?
The tip. The head.
The mushroom cap. And
that's where all the trouble is. Everything that comes out of there is bad.
Yeah.
So what I do.
Yeah.
And it's just because I'm kind of a romantic and a negotiator.
Okay.
I say, can I just put the shaft in?
What? Got it.
And the woman's like, wait, are you crazy? And then I say, then how about just the tip? And suddenly the tip sounds not so bad.
Right.
Like you've won the negotiation. She's like, I'd rather have the tip than the shaft.
Yeah.
And then you put the tip in with your balloon art, and next thing you know, you're making love.
Yeah, but the problem with making love with a poodle on you is when you get going too fast, things starts popping. Because those balloon animals have it's almost like 9 balloons in one, and it's just, you ever pop bubble wrap?
Yeah, but that's...
So now you're having sex, it's like pop, 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 and it's startling.
What if she loves popcorn?
Well, okay.
So you're looking at the negative.
Okay.
I think if you're adding each time you thrust, there's a pop.
Yeah.
There's going to be confusion. She's not going to think about her husband or whoever else she should be with. Because she's
her husband, yeah.
You know.
Maybe if I asked her to wear a clown nose while we were doing that, would maybe create the theme of clown.
These are all things that you need to think about.
I need to think. I got to rethink my lovemaking, I think.
Yeah, but you are really starting on the right path.
Have you ever done it in a public place? You look like you probably do it maybe every week in a public place.
I prefer public places.
Tell me one of a good public place where you power grind it.
I just like nature, and it's never really a power grind.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty. I like to get it over with quick.
Okay, out in nature, you said.
And what I do is I'm always edging.
Say what now?
Edging is a type of
garden tool.
Kind of.
Okay.
You're always ready to ejaculate.
Oh boy, didn't want to hear that word. Remember you said earlier, can we swear on this?
Is ejaculate?
I think we don't want to use that word.
Okay,
It's very
I'm always ready to leak clumps.
Clump. Let's say clumping. Okay. Let's just keep it civil.
So edging means
yeah.
You're always ready to ejaculate. It's people that watch pornography
clumping.
And don't masturbate. I don't masturbate. I save my chi for special occasions. It's my life force.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm not a masturbator. But I'm always, sometimes, if I glance at porn by accident.
Accident?
Well, if it's a page that I didn't plan on getting to.
Oh, okay.
And then there's an erection where most people would relieve the erection.
Right.
I maintain it for maybe 20 or 30 minutes. I put it away.
Okay.
And when I go out into the world, there's leakage.
Okay.
When I see beauty. So what do I do out in nature?
Nature.
It's going to happen quick. That's all I'm saying. So when you say pound for long
power
periods,
grind.
yeah, there's not a lot of power or grinding.
So just so I'm
it's just a weak. I could bump into someone and ejaculate.
Wow.
And if you make eye contact, that counts as sex.
So if you're standing there watching a beautiful sunrise in nature or a sunset, boom, you're gone.
Yes.
And do you have a partner at all, or is this just nature?
Need one.
Oh, okay.
I just need nature. I love trees. My best friend is a tree, not the one I pee on.
Yeah.
The one I pee on is kind of a side tree.
Yeah.
But I do have a best friend that's a tree in the backyard. That I breathe it in every day. And when I pee on my tree, I have a daughter, the 4-year-old, that also comes out and also pees with me. Whenever I go to pee on the tree, she comes out there naked, just in her shoes with flashing lights on them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes she pees at night. But she pees on a mound.
A mound?
She's not ready for a tree. The tree's kind of on a slant.
Yeah.
But we have coyotes and a California condor. So at night, I'm afraid that if she's grabbed, I won't be able to get there. So that's why the shoes come in handy.
Got the lit shoes.
I can see where she's going.
What's this mound,
I call the police and say the child's been taken by a condor. And is heading up Stanley Hills or whatever street.
Condor. I don't want to. Condors don't fly at night, guy.
Well, we have a California condor from Fresno.
A night condor.
Yes,
is what you're telling me.
And we feed it. Can I ask you something as a friend?
Well, I'm not. Yeah.
Because you seem to be a wealth of something.
Yeah.
So when I pee on the tree.
Yeah.
And my 4-year-old.
is on a mound.
She's on a mound, but she stands.
To pee.
She does not squat. She stands proud.
And is she a girl?
And she is a girl.
She's a girl, okay.
So what I thought women had to sit on the chair to pee.
Well, maybe.
So she has strong calves, clearly.
Well.
But it makes me rethink a lot. It's like I'm training her to be a drunk sorority girl. Like her mother was. But I'm just saying, do women have to sit to pee? You're a doctor.
Well, here's my answer. Yes, they all do. They all do. But when they are forced to stand on an ant mound at 4 years old in the yard,
I don't know.
They're not inclined to squat.
It seemed to be her choice. And sometimes I've walked in and she's standing in front of the toilet, peeing right into it.
Really? Maybe she's a he?
No, I'm pretty sure but I'm not, who am I to know? I've never looked close enough.
She sounds like a great guy. I mean.
Wow.
Well.
No.
So
I will go home tonight and ask my wife
if
Addison is in fact a girl.
A girl. Has it got an Adam's apple? Do you know?
I don't look closely enough.
Maybe see if there's one of these, an Adam's apple.
And an Adam's apple is what?
It's a sign of a guy. So if your daughter, guy, son.
This also reminds me of something, but
what?
You might have some topics you needed to get to on your podcast.
Oh.
Was there something you would
Oh.
like to talk about before we get to an Adam's apple?
Well-
where I think I possibly got a hand job from a man once.
Let me just put the list back and let's hear about that real quick.
Okay.
You hold on.
It's only because you brought up Adam's apple.
Right.
And we're talking about man and woman.
Yeah.
And this is something I've been thinking about
Okay.
a lot lately.
Yeah.
And I think I may have gotten a hand job,
Careful.
a hand job
Okay.
from a man
Careful.
once.
Careful. Let me just roll
Okay.
that back.
Okay.
You're telling me and my audience that you think,
There's an audience here?
well, there's people watching, guy.
Okay. Did not know.
Well, that was a new kind of look.
Yeah.
Can
Like
you?
it?
Yeah.
It meant maybe I said something I shouldn't have
No,
said.
no. I mean, I'm
But
just.
I'm trying to be honest. When I came
I
here
want
today,
honesty.
I said, I want to be genuine. I want to be honest.
Let me just roll it back so we're perfectly clear. You think you got a hand job from a
A man.
priest, a man once. Did
Yes.
you say priest or man?
I do not know if
Okay.
he was involved in clerical endeavors.
What was it?
Priest.
Clerical, huh?
Is that not a word?
I'm not going to challenge
Okay,
it. This isn't
I'm
Jeopardy,
sorry.
guy. This is.
You know, when I say things and then you give me that look,
Well-
I wonder if I'm not bright.
Well, we're not talking about grammar. We're talking about getting hand raped.
Okay.
Now, where did this happen and
Well-
who did it? This is important to know. This might be therapeutic for you because I can see your aura and your demeanor changed a little. There's
Now, did it
obviously some
change-
trauma or some pleasure.
Did it change to vulnerability or a man happy that he's just finally talking?
I think it's something you need
Okay.
to get off your chest.
Okay.
What was it? Wow.
It wasn't recently.
Okay. When? Wasn't in the 90s. When was it?
Boy, I would think I was maybe in my mid-20s.
Okay. Okay. Which is a vulnerable, can we call that the adolescence?
For me, yes.
Yeah.
I was kind of a late bloomer. I didn't really
Okay.
start thinking. But at the time, sometimes you catch a wave and you just keep riding it. You ride that wave until it drops you on the beach.
Yeah.
So I didn't wake up that day.
Which is also a metaphor for hand job.
Yes, dropped on the beach.
And so what happened,
Okay,
guy? Tell us about this
I'm-
hand
I'm-
job
I'm
from
getting
a
there.
man, from a man who
I
grabbed
wasn't
you.
really going to discuss it, so I'm
I
kind of.
think we need to.
I
I
was
can
kind of
see you're
reliving it,
touching.
but,
I'd read body language, and you doing this is telling me there's some trauma and some
So
built up.
here's what happened.
Sure.
I was coming out of Cat and the Fiddle with
wow.
with a friend.
Who are you with?
I'm not
The
going
cow
to.
that
I'm not
jumped
going to
over the
mention
moon?
him. It doesn't matter. But
Do you mind if I just move this back a little? Because after hearing the hand job thing, I just
Yes.
want to make sure nothing falls.
but when the day started, it wasn't on the docket. So let's just say that
Okay.
I've never.
You didn't go out expecting to get a
Yes.
handy. Can we
Yes.
say handy?
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
plan on a handy from a man. I didn't plan on that.
Well, you can, if you want to
So
rhyme.
as we were leaving, two beautiful girls,
Girls.
beautiful girls,
I thought you
approached
said
my
man.
buddy and I.
Okay, now they're girls.
And there was some small talk.
Okay, so they were midgets.
They weren't that small. It was just some talk. I'm with you. Stay on it. Come back. And they said, "Do you want to come over to our apartment?"
Okay.
And it was in the neighborhood. It was over up on Franklin. Some of those
Okay.
old scary buildings there. Okay. And I went into one apartment with the woman, and my buddy went to the other apartment with the other woman.
Okay.
And shortly after that, somehow my penis,
Again, with your penis gets around a lot. Hey guy?
was suddenly in her hand.
Her hand. Okay.
Of course, at this point, I still believe it's a a young lady.
And did you have a sheath on, or was it raw?
No, this was just life.
Raw.
This was just
Okay.
nature.
Okay.
There was no balloon art. There was not
Okay.
there was no balloon. There was not a condom with the tip cut off, which
Got it.
would have been sufficient.
Could have tested your
And
new product.
the lighting, I think, comes into play. Because
Okay.
there was just a lamp, I believe the word is. Is that
Lamp,
a lamp?
light.
A light with a lamp shade.
Lampshade.
But over this lampshade, there was a red scarf, maybe a reddish purple. I remember the color.
Okay,
So the room
okay.
was kind of dimly lit.
Okay.
And I looked down as I was about to ejaculator. I was about to do what nature does.
Yeah. Again,
Especially
with that
someone
word.
who was,
Yeah.
I believe I was an edger even then. I'd never
Okay.
been a big masturbator because
Okay,
I always
again with
felt,
that word.
I always
Yeah.
like to be ready if the
Okay.
time comes.
Mhm.
My big fear in life is to meet someone and have recently masturbated.
Again with that word.
I'd like to
yeah.
always be ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I looked down and I saw the hand, and it was the first time I looked at the hand
of the woman
of the woman
in the dark
in the dark,
with the lamp.
and I noticed the hand was large,
Oh, like Tom Brady's,
maybe bigger. It was a large,
like Andre the Giant.
yes. It was a large hand, and
Wow.
it hit me right then that this isn't right. That looks like a man's hand.
Was there hair on it?
There was hair. There was, I think, even a little dirt under one of the nails,
Yeah.
like maybe a mechanic.
Okay.
And then I
Jiffy
glanced up at the face. And that's when I saw, you brought up Adam's apple, and we were
Right.
talking about why my
Adam's
child
apple.
stood up. And I'm like, that looks like
Oh boy.
a man's
Oh, God.
Adam's apple.
Oh.
And then I
God.
continued to look up. And I'm not going to say it was a full mustache, but there was, I saw some stubble.
You sure wasn't an Italian girl?
Do they have mustaches?
A lot of them have a lot of the. Yeah.
Okay,
They
it
do.
could've-
And some have full
it
beards.
could've been an Italian
full
girl.
beard, Viking beards.
I'd
which-
like to believe it was an Italian girl. Maybe that could alleviate some of the.
Now
what-
wait a minute. How did coming out of the Cat and the Fiddle? Was this where you were?
Yeah.
The Cat and the Fiddle,
I had
which,
not-
by the way, not great
But I
fiddle
hadn't
players.
really looked at the face enough.
Okay. Okay.
This is all happening a lot, and I'd had a few Guinness. I've been
few
playing,
Guinness.
playing darts.
It's an Irish beer.
Yes, and so it dawned on me that
Here we
a
go.
man was pleasuring me,
Giving you a handy.
giving me a handy, and I was close.
Pardon me now?
It was time to let nature do what it does.
But with a hand so big, didn't it make you look small and make
Oh,
you feel inferior?
I'm packing quite a punch. I've been blessed with, I'm well endowed, which could be one of the reasons I've been so lazy in life.
Can I give you some of my clown balloons?
I could use one, but like say, I cut the tip off if I'm ever
Okay.
wearing a condom. I don't.
Anyways, I interrupted. You're getting
So-
stroked by a man in a room with a light.
And I took a deep breath.
Sure.
I looked at him,
Right.
and I released.
What do you mean you released?
I let nature leave my body. I said goodbye to my chi.
I see. In the Bible, they call that spilling your seed.
So I spilled the seed,
Oh, boy.
and I realized a few things that night. And if I could tell you, it might help me.
Okay, I'm here for you, guy. Wow, this is tough. I just saw you doing this
Yeah.
in body language. This is tough stuff
Here's
for
what I
you.
learned that night.
Mm-hmm.
It's just skin, man, woman, even a wet shower door has the feel.
Epidermis is epidermis.
Wet tile feels like skin. So it's just skin.
Okay, so you're
I-
justifying.
I think sexuality all comes down to lighting.
You said there was some type of cloak over the lighting.
So the lighting was very, I think sexuality comes down to lighting.
You said it was red, velvety,
Reddish,
because red is one of the passion colors.
Reddish, purple.
Okay.
The room was lit.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think the biggest takeaway for me,
Okay.
you don't nut less.
I'm sorry now?
The spilling of the seed
Sure.
is just as strong with a man
Sure.
as with a woman. So you don't nut less. Now, I'm not sure if it was guilt or fear. I was double parked. Maybe I was afraid of being towed.
You sure it wasn't just you love guys?
This could all come into play. But the biggest takeaway is, I think, and I'm going to let you stare at the audience because you have a connection with them. I think it's better to be rubbed the wrong way
Okay.
than not to be rubbed at all. So what is that? What does that tell you? Do you think it was a man?
I think my analysis is armchair psychologist.
We're just talking. We're
just two guys
friends on the
talking about
highway.
you getting a hand job in a dimly lit apartment by a priest.
Possibly.
Okay.
There's no guarantee. Now I know it could have been an Italian.
It could have been
woman,
an Italian girl.
Hopefully.
I think that you were in a vulnerable portion of your life. You're going through adolescence. I'm guessing
Mid-20s.
at that point, and I'm going to assume, correct me if I'm wrong, you were still a virgin.
I think I probably tried earlier in life.
With other men.
Now I'm wondering.
Yeah, I think you can stop wondering, for starters. But it felt like you were at a place in life where you needed human contact. You needed not just...
Aren't we always at that point?
But no, this was beyond just verbalizing and communicating. Sometimes you need to feel skin on skin, epidermi on epidermi.
Skin. It's just.
And it feels like you were in a place in life where talking and communicating wasn't enough. You needed to feel a giant, calcified, blister-filled hand.
It was calloused. It felt like a dock worker.
Around your young,
I
virile,
have shaken
20-year-old
hands
purple porpoise or whatever you
Yeah.
call it. And I think you just needed that.
I call it that.
Yeah.
Just that.
That.
Seems more specific.
Yeah. And I think you just...
Or it.
It.
Like, I just, at some point, I don't want to use a lot of words,
Yeah.
long words when you're describing.
Yeah. Just meat.
Yeah.
You needed hand on meat.
Grab it.
Grab it, grab meat, grab
That.
beef, that. And you just needed, someone to have physical contact with you, help you unplug your seed, spill your seed.
But I have not gone out looking since for a man.
Right. You
But-
will.
But it's nice to know.
Definitely will.
It's nice to know that if it ever does come up,
You're
that-
kind of prepped.
I just know that I've been there and it's not going to be too painful.
Yeah.
And I think that's important in life, is
Yeah.
to know that I've experienced it possibly,
Mm-hmm.
and that, man, it just wasn't as frightening as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I never went back. I blocked it out. I've only been thinking about it recently.
Yeah.
Which could be, you might be right, that it's something that I needed then and maybe I need it now.
I think you might need one more. Did you remember the address?
Oh, I know the address.
And where the giant lives?
I drive by it often and wonder if he or
She is there.
I would think they're dead.
Well, are there any seniors bocce ball leagues around town? Because the Italians tend to gravitate
I'll
towards
look,
maybe she's there.
and it would be fun to see them again.
Just look for the player with the biggest bocce balls because that giant hand. I wish you luck with that.
It was a good time in my life.
Yeah.
Mid-20s.
Wow.
It's nice talking about this.
Yeah.
Do you ever think, has this ever happened to you? Have you ever been in a situation where what you thought was a woman was maybe a man, and then you had decided to call it a day?
I had an event where there was no confusion that it was men.
It was an event, so you went to a man party.
Well, no, as you know, I'm into physical fitness.
Are you?
But, well, yes. I mean, look at me.
Okay.
And I don't like cardio. I find it boring. I find
Cardio is sex in cars?
No, exercise cardio. Jogging I find is bad for the knees. I don't like walking. It's boring. So I found middle ground, and I do something that not a lot of people do anymore. Maybe it's frowned on. I skip. I prance.
Okay.
And I don't like to do it during the day because people think it's odd.
You skip and you prance.
I skip. I prance. You know.
What are you wearing? Is there a prancing outfit?
Yes, there is. I have green leotards, and I put
How high up?
They go right to the waist,
Okay.
full green leotards, Lululemons, and I have the elf shoes. Have you seen like the Shakespearean?
Yes.
They have the tips curl, and then I have a midriff that says bitch, which says bitch or biatch.
Is it spelled out, or is it a couple of the letters
spelled out, but it says biatch.
Okay.
So I got the purple midriff. I've got the
and
green.
when you say midriff, it's in the middle of something?
Well, it cuts a shirt that cuts off here. It covers my my chest.
Okay.
And then you've got blank. You get to see my belly button, my six-pack.
Allows the button to...
You get to see my six-pack. And then I got the full green leotards. And
you have a six-pack?
Yeah, I got an 8-pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there other groceries or just a six-pack?
No, it's an 8. I think
Okay.
I just
I mean,
said
an
8,
eight-pack.
and then
I
you
just
tried
wondered if
to
there
trick
was-
me and go back to 6.
No.
So I go at night. I go at night up to Glendale, to the Glendale Galleria parking lot. It's a huge mall, Glendale Galleria. And I drive all the way up there, and there's no one around. It's
Yeah.
empty.
And what
No one-
time is this?
This is like we're talking 2 in the morning.
Okay.
I mean, the crickets are chirping, the cicadas are fucking in the trees, there's lizards
and this
sharding.
is Glendale?
Glendale, California.
That's a city?
Yeah, Glendale Galleria, huge mall, food court's great. I know the girl at Orange Julius, she gives me extra foam
Okay.
on my Julius's.
And those are orange?
Orange Julius. I mean, you can't miss it. They actually work in a giant fucking orange guy.
Okay.
I feel like you're kind of ridiculing me. I listened to your hand stroke
I
story.
just-
You
I've
get jacked
never
off
had
by
an
a
orange-
priest at the Motel 6, and I was there for you, and now I'm getting orange
I was
gags.
just curious.
Okay, as long as you're
And
not
I'm going to
mocking
be honest
me.
with you. I would never mock you
Okay,
during the
thank you.
story. You let me get through mine.
I did, thank you.
I'm not familiar with the Orange Julius. So
Okay,
if I ask if it was in an
Okay,
orange.
fair enough. It's a giant orange. They make it's
okay,
actually
but
the
that's
shape of
fine,
an
But
orange.
for you to come at me,
All right, I thought maybe you were ridiculing me.
no, it seemed like a good question. You say
Fair
she
enough.
gave you some Julius with foam,
Extra foam because I
and
know
I
her.
said, was it an orange? Because
Orange
of
Julius.
the title.
Okay, fair enough. I guess, yeah, if I said hot dog on a stick, you'd ask me if
Yeah,
the
but
hot
if you
dog
just
was on a
said- but if
stick.
you
I got
just-
it.
If you just said she gave me a stick and a bun, I was like, was there a hot dog involved?
That's fair.
But that's how I thought the other was.
Okay, so I fucked up.
Yeah, you came at me pretty hard. And,
Guy. Hey, peace treaty guy.
yeah, but
Raspberry pie,
But if
okay?
I'm coming at you with love, for you to say, hey, don't mock me or ridicule me,
I took your energy wrong.
please continue. And I'm sorry we had to balance that out. But
No, I'm glad we balanced it out.
and if I can tell you something as a friend,
Sure, and then we'll get to my
I will
story.
go there and try that.
Orange Julius?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much foam I'll get, but
Ask for Diane. She gives extra. Tell her you know me.
see, now that's what I'd like to do.
Great. That was some nice
I'm
resolution.
Sorry about the other stuff.
So I'm there at 2 a.m, and I get geared up. I got the green leotards on, and on
the purple midriff.
It says biatch, and then
the 8-pack.
This 8-pack, and then
Shoes with
the curly elf shoes or Shakespearean acting slippers, whatever. Let's not apples and oranges. But on this night, I got the. Have you ever seen the pantyhose line legs? They come in the egg.
I love them.
So on this night, I didn't have the Lululemons; they were in the washing, and so I had the legs. I unscrewed the little egg, and I got the green leotards. I slipped them on, and I'm ready to go. And I'm about to start my skip, my prance.
Are you in the Galleria or the?
No, I'm in the parking lot.
Okay.
It's empty. There's no one there except one white van parked at the very back. Now, I haven't seen this before, and I'm like, It's a parking lot. A van's a vehicle. What do I got to worry about? I
see what's coming. I hope.
I think. Well, it's anything. Whatever you're thinking, it's worse. I go into my skip. I start my prance, and I go down.
Is there music, or is this?
No, I like to focus. I need to focus. Prancing, you need footwork. You need coordination. You don't want to be distracted. You know how many friends I know who have torn a gluteus or ripped an inner scapulated femur flunder?
You know, athlete. Because you're an athlete. So
yeah, I told you earlier. I'm very and so I start skipping down row C. I get to C9, it ends, now I'm on F. I'm going down F, I get past F7, F12, there's an oil stain, I see an old hubcap, I'm doing good. I get down to the back, I go by this van.
You avoid the oil stain.
I avoid it because, the elf slippers don't have grip. They're not like Nike. They're not like Air Jordans. There's no tread on the bottom. So you step on a slick, you're Gumby. You're sliding down the street on one leg and you look like a Armenian asshole.
Yes.
And so here I go, and you know how sometimes your radar goes off when you sense something might not be right?
Sometimes it doesn't go off till it's too late.
Bingo. Thank you for saying that.
Because that's probably my radar.
Bingo.
Too many Guinnesses, my radar was shut down.
And that's how you ended up at the room with the guy with the big hands wanking you.
And in the purple reddish
light. So here I go, guy. I'm skipping and I'm coming up to this white van, and I'm like, it's just a white van.
I just had a quick thought.
Go.
I haven't seen my friend since that night.
What?
I left there so quick.
You left the whack-off house. You left the house.
My friend.
Your best friend.
Might still be there.
He might still be there. Wow, his guy must have been pretty good.
No, he had a friend. Remember? Oh, but you're
the guy who was doing a handy to your buddy must have been pretty good.
Killed him.
You think he killed him?
I don't want to even think about it. I've been watching a lot of Dahmer, but
wow,
I left there so quick that get back.
And
to
you
your
also
story.
Came there so quick too.
Well, Edger, but go on. I'll look into my friend.
So I'm approaching this white van. All I got is the glow of the lights above me, right? My green leotards are they have a shimmer to them. Have you seen leotards in the right light? They have a sheen.
And their legs.
Yeah, and they're just like, there's something, even I can sense I look good. Yeah. And I go by the white van. I'm probably halfway past this thing. Teardrop window carved into the back of it, like in the 70s.
I do like that van.
Right? Darkened teardrop window in the back hind quarter.
Teardrop, that means the van has killed someone.
So I'm halfway past, door slides open, 7 priests grab me, pull me in, slam, and you know what? I can't even psychologically get into the rest.
So it was a church van?
No, it was a white van.
And 7 priests.
7 priests.
Grabbed you.
Pulled me in.
And then, can you tell me?
I don't have the strength to do what you did and get right through the whack-off story the way you did. I can't even talk to you about the inhumanity.
Okay. When you left the van,
Yes.
because at some point you left the van because you're here.
Well,
Not like my
there's
friend.
leaving the van and there's getting rolled out the side door on the 405ing the van
Okay. But at some point,
at 70 miles an hour in the diamond lane.
but
the
at some
van.
point you've left the van.
Boy, did I leave the van. And let's just say my leotards
This is what I wanted
looked
to
like
ask
Swiss
you.
cheese. There were a number of holes, probably 24 holes cut into my legs, my green legs panty.
You were touched. I mean, clearly. There was some
I'm
touching.
not even going to say. I can't go that deep. Maybe next time you're here.
I'd like to know, have you ever seen them again?
No.
Did you go look for the van?
No.
Did you ever go back to that parking lot?
Never. I blocked it all out. The
Have
only
you told
reason
anybody?
No, and you pulled it out of me with your getting whacked off in a dimly lit room by an Italian guy
Well, possibly a woman.
in a room with a purple light, and you brought this out of me. You brought up something in me that I've kept buried for
Well,
decades.
I'm going to tell you something.
Please.
It's still buried until you tell me what you did or what you remember or when you got home, if parts of your body ached. Did you take a bath when you got home? Was there dried blood? Did you go back to your car?
Can't do it.
You did not go back to your
I
car.
can't.
Did you
Maybe
have the shoes?
I need to
you
build
have
up
the
to this.
outfit?
I can't just belt out a story the way you did.
Well, I don't think I belted it out.
Well, you pretty much puked it right out.
Well, I feel better for having done it.
I wish I could have that inner strength.
Well, maybe
I think
someday, if you just trust you're enough.
if you come back to this thing, and I can see you don't want to, it's obvious, but if you do, I will make a commitment to you, my friend, that you will hear the second part of the priest leotard white van romp.
Okay. I think
I need time to find the strength to get it and
because
talk
you
about
do know
it.
what happened in there.
I hope.
You do know what happened.
I still have the video. I still have the memories.
Well, I'd like to see both of those.
Well, I'd like to end on something we do with all our guests.
Okay.
And this is a segment we call Words from a Wooden Shoe, Kirk Fox. And this is a legitimate clog from Holland. And in it are words. You reach in and you pick
And
one.
what did it block? It's it clogged something, correct?
No, that's the name of the footwear.
Okay.
You don't, yeah. But if you were to drop this down a toilet, it would probably, the clog would create a clog.
Not mine. We have a very large pipe.
Okay, but you reach in here and whatever the word is, see if it elicits a memory or a story, and you can tell us that, and that's how we'll close out today's. Let me just move your freshly baked raspberry pie. It's still warm. Oh my God, still. So here we go. Kirk Fox, ladies and gentlemen. Words from a wooden shoe.
Okay.
Reach in there,
I'm
Kirk
going-
Fox.
I'm trying to go toward the tip.
Go
Is
deep.
it-
Go to the tip. Yeah, the way
Just
your
hitting the
Italian
tip.
friend did.
And I brought one.
Okay, what is it? What does it say?
Your worst habit.
Wow. Just when I didn't think it could get heavier.
Worst habit.
And I don't even know if you have any nun costumes, but
It's my worst habit. Now, what would that mean? Something that I do that I wish I didn't?
yeah.
Well,
Like
sometime, I always have to shower after I poop. It's a bad habit.
Okay.
Sometimes I can't.
mm-hmm.
But I always really need to clean my my batole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So a habit of cleanliness, but maybe that's not a bad habit. But like, I'll really wipe. If it happens in a public, I'll have to get napkins and I'll wet them. I go into the bathroom with water.
Find a sprinkler.
So I'll pour water on the toilet paper. I will keep wiping my butthole until there's nothing.
Yeah, till it whistles like a cicada.
And then at the end of that, I have a dude wipe, and I will dude wipe my butt.
What does that mean, dude wipe?
There's a dude wipe. I believe I have one. I would think.
Oh, it's like a handy wipe for men?
Yes.
Oh, you brought some.
Well, I always have a dude wipe.
Wow.
This is, I think Mark Cuban would be happy that I'm pumping his dude wipes.
Dude wipes.
You know, Mark Cuban's picked this up on...
You wouldn't mind opening it up and...
Well, it's a flushable wipe. I'm not going to open it up because that would be... You'd be losing money. But I'd like to give it to you.
Oh.
So that if you're ever... if you're ever out in the world and you go poop in public, that's what you do at the end.
You know, I'm
a big fan of OcuSoft.
Okay.
Now this-
Octopuses with erectile dysfunction.
This is because there was a period in my life. That's a good one. There was a period in my life where I got what was called a chalazion.
Oh, they're great. I got one of those at Chipotle the other day.
It's where a sty kind of goes the other way and implodes in your eye, and your eye becomes swollen, and it needs to be lanced.
Oh, my God.
And I was told...
So hard to find a night these days, too.
But they're out there.
They're out there.
They're sometimes in a white van. Knights of the priesthood.
Well, I wish you didn't say that.
But what I do is when I had those chalazions, I had 3 or 4 over a course of maybe 3 years. And I'd have to have my eyelid slit. And I'd have to wash my eyelids with Johnson's baby shampoo is what they recommend using.
Yeah.
So I'm always cleaning my eyelids now.
Okay.
Because I have long eyelashes. And I don't even wear makeup when I do major motion pictures or TV shows. For instance, Reservation Dogs, FX on Hulu. I don't wear makeup. We just got picked up for season 3. But this isn't about that.
No, it is.
I'm not here to pump anything.
We sure are.
But what I do with the OcuSoft is, I would do this occasionally.
Wow.
Just
So
to
soft.
make sure.
Yeah. Get that mucus out of your eyes.
Well, just to make sure, because I was in here.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Get those chicken McNuggets out of the corner of your eyes.
And so now I'm ready. I have green eyes, long eyelashes,
Well,
and I'm very handsome. I'm a beautiful man.
Well,
but
sure.
I was very upset for many years. I had chalazions. Even when I was married, I was coming from having I had a chalazion.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes from stress, they say. But
Have you ever had a Brazilian?
I have.
Okay. Do you have a cream for that?
It's a little smaller.
Okay.
It's a little smaller, but they say a lot of homeless have chalazions.
Yeah.
So,
and they smell like chalazions too.
So I have the eyelashes of a homeless man.
Well,
So
thanks
that's where I'm at. So
thank you.
I guess my worst habit isn't so bad that I really like to be extra clean.
Okay. Good.
What about you? Do you? I guess you don't pull one of those.
This is just for the guests.
Okay, so I'm the
so
guest.
is this for the guests. Beautiful, freshly baked raspberry pie. Before we go, Kirk Fox.
I'm Kirk Fox.
Please tell the people about your wonderful TV show. He's just been picked up for the 3rd season. Tell them about it.
Well, there's a show that I am a part of, fortunately. It's called Reservation Dogs, and it is on FX on Hulu.
Yep.
And it is, it's probably the greatest show on the world. It has heart and humor, and it was created by Sterling Harjo and Taika Waititi. And
Also
I
a
would
mouse.
say almost everyone is native or indigenous.
Yeah.
Except for myself. and a friend, Maddie Carter-Ruple, is also on there, and we seem to be the two. Can I say white? Two white
Yeah,
men?
you're white. You're
Yes,
white.
So it's just a great show. And,
Good. And
I usually don't promote anything except
Well-
clean assholes and
Wipes.
don't have dusty Chilasians.
Well-
But watch Reservation
Yeah,
Dogs.
because I'm proud of you. When you got that, you told me, and you went off to do it, and I'm very proud of you, and you do a great job.
Thank you, Harland.
And-
I play Kenny Boy. I'm in charge of salvage, and
Yeah.
death, and cockfighting, and
And then
my wheelhouse. But thank you, Harland.
Yes, no, congratulations. And also, Kirk is one of the funniest, most brilliant comics on the circuit today. I'm not even joking. He's fantastic. Come and see Kirk wherever he may be in your town or city or here in Los Angeles. Great, great
And
comedian.
I promise to love you.
Yeah.
You will be better for having visited me. I have a sincere aspiration to be an asset. So even this podcast, you're better for having listened.
Yeah.
Because our words came, I would say, with love.
Yeah.
Harlan also is, without question, one of the funniest on the planet. And I
Well-
enjoy your brain and always a twinkle. And you make me comfortable, which allowed me to open up about a possible hand job
Yeah.
from
I
a
think it
beautiful Italian man
Guy,
or
girl,
woman.
yeah.
And you make me wonder if my daughter is
There's a
maybe
guy
standing to pee because
on an ant
she's
mound. Yeah.
has a penis. But I've
Yeah.
never looked. It's not
Adam's
in my
apple.
department.
Yeah.
I know you can get in trouble.
She's on a mound.
yeah.
On a mound. Naked on a mound.
Yes.
Maybe that's her Native American name. Naked on a mound.
I think. I
Um,
like to feel we have some Navajo in our family somehow.
Do you have any social media or anything?
It doesn't
You don't do
I
that?
don't,
Okay.
I am on Instagram.
Okay.
Kirk Fox. That's
Yeah.
that's all.
What a pleasure.
I'll put a photo up with some fun words occasionally.
Yeah.
and
What a.
mostly links to Reservation Dogs.
Do you want to, just before we go, try the eye thing? Just, I feel like you might have got it right at the end. Like, do you want to do a joke and then just close out with the eye thing that I taught you here today?
Well,
It's a good comedy beat. You
I
might
don't
be able to use
really,
it. Nice. You did it without even a joke.
yeah,
Now that's
I thought the podcast had been enough.
yeah.
And I don't really deal in punchlines.
You just schooled me, guy.
I don't really deal in punchlines.
It's okay.
Boy,
You ended it strong. You ended strong. That's all we need. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Fox, thank you for being here on the Harland Highway. And until next time, everybody, chicken chow mein, baby. Wow. We had a lot we had to get off our chests.